Hello there! Today I'm jumping on the hype train and spreading the word about the metrics protocol. Even if you don't know what that is, you still might be interested to hear about metrics. I had a wonderful experience of moving to a new messaging platform few times. Did you even know how fun it is to switch messaging apps once in a while? It seems like I'm considering that again, but only this time it might be really worth it, as it's something truly significant. What is metrics? Metrics is a decentralized messaging protocol. Decentralized means there is no authority like Apple for iMessage, Meta for WhatsApp, Pasha Dura for Telegram, CCP for WeChat, etc. There is an idea of a client and a home server. Think of a home server like your gmail.com, outlook.com, whatever. Basically, it's your account provider. They store data that is necessary for your account to function. Also, metrics is a federated protocol. It means that you can create a home server and connect it to a special network. This special network is metrics federation. What does it mean for you? It means that outside users from other home servers can access your home server's groups, while people who created an account on your home server can access outside channels from other home servers. Anyway, you can text a person in private. Of course, it can be end-to-end encrypted, both private and group chats. In general, end-to-end encrypted means your messages cannot be read by someone else. Pretty cool, I would say. There is an option to be cut off from federation. It's called an island. It might be useful for some cases. Maybe some teams would prefer this as a private option. What did I do? I set up a Matrix home server. It might sound not interesting, because it's probably not, but you will have to wait a little bit through details about this setup. The server role is performed by this magnificent Raspberry Pi 5 16GB of RAM. I run Tuuno as a Matrix home server in a Docker container, tunneled via WireGuard to my VPS. There I run Caddy as a reverse proxy, as well as a co-turn server for calls. I might make a dedicated video about this setup. Why would you even do that? You definitely don't have to run your own home server instance. What is more, probably you shouldn't if you are not sure. You want your home server to be available 24/7 because uptime is important. Also, you need to be ready for attacks, know how to protect your server. That's why you don't have to do everything yourself. My setup is an overkill and not for everyone. You don't have to host your own home server. You can join an existing one. You can find a random home server to join. There is a website that has a list of available home servers. You can find something suitable there. I will leave the link in the video description. There is a fun option of creating your own home server. You don't have to follow my example with weird technical decisions, so you can go with something less funky. I will leave a link to the video that describes how to set up Synapse home server. Of course, my favorite option is for you to join this cool home server made by me. You will see how to create an account here in the pinned comment. You need to choose a client to use metrics. I use Element for this demo as it is the most feature-rich and also it was the most reliable for me so far. Here you can see how I create an account on my home server. It's easy, but for now works only with Element. After you create an account, you can use any client you want. For phone apps, as I understand, Element X or maybe sometimes old Element are the best options. I have only iOS devices to check, so someone might correct me if I'm wrong. I tried not only Element but also Comet. It's more Discord-like. I think many people would prefer it over Element. I recommend trying this one too. As for the setup process, setting up a home server itself and all related stuff was not so difficult. Synapse home server probably would be easier to set up as more people use it. As for funsies, A person who joined my channel sent a link to some jump scare video once. If you are watching this, friend, you are in a doghouse. What else can you do? Calls. I think if it works reliably, it would be great to use them. It just takes time and effort to set it up, and sometimes laziness is stronger. In addition, now Metrics supports video calls too. One more thing to tinker with. What else? Bridges. It means you can bridge mirror messages from other messaging platforms. The list of supported apps is pretty big, so it's highly likely you will have a bridge extension for your messaging platform of choice. Why? Well, Discord as well as many other online platforms are on their suicide missions, so I think it's one more occasion for people to reconsider what messaging platform we really want to use. Convenience is the biggest drive for a product, so I think it's important to recognize that Metrics is not perfect at the moment. The more people use it, the more developed the ecosystem will be. Metrics is an open protocol, so there are some open implementations of all the components, and certification cannot really get it. Someone in the community can always fork whatever they need and continue the development. It's important to mention it's an experiment. I cannot guarantee it will work well and there won't be any issues. People have different experiences with this protocol, so maybe it will end up as a hot mess. I hope not. Thanks for paying attention, hope you like this idea of Metrics and we'll give it a try. If you have experience with it, let me know in the comments. Like, ring the bell, subscribe to my channel. Also, you can check out my website, it's supposed to be fun. One day it will have something more than just a blog page.